Do you know that a toto can be wet, yet is not sleeping? Do you have an idea? Today, I will be educating you guys on the difference between a wet and a sleepy toto, because I'm very sure that most of you can't even differentiate between the both. For a start, when you talk about a wet toto, you are referring to that comes out down there, that has a liquid form. Some are fluid, those aquas, those juice. That is what we call wetness. That's when you say a woman is wet, when those fluids come out. But before we dive into the difference between the slippery toto and the wet one, if today is your first time of clicking on this video, you're highly welcome. This is still your mentor in the taste of ta. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I guess you are missing a lot. So quickly click that subscribe button so that you'll be on the loop anytime I drop a new banger like this. And to my OGs, returning subscribers, viewers all over the world, thank you guys for always stopping by, clicking on the video. I really appreciate. And for those that always stop by to purchase my medicine, I really also appreciate. Thank you so much for always supporting the brand. Now let's go into detail the difference between that wet toto and the slippery one, because some men cannot even differentiate the two. Most of you think that the moment something start coming out from that place, a liquid start coming out from that place, that means the woman is wet. All wetness are not the same. I will advise you to get your pen and paper ready, because what I'm about to disclose now is a very serious secret. I'm very sure nobody knows about this. No man, or even some women, don't even have an idea the difference between that comes out there. So like I told you before, wetness can be fluid. Yes, it is as a result of fluid that come out from there, those aquas, those juice. Now, what is slippery? How can you say that a toto is slippery? You can say that a toto is very slippery when you are making out with a woman, you have touched her to a very certain degree. Now she have reached that orgasm. That's when you say a woman is releasing that slippery things. Those slippery things are always gummy. They are always very gummy. You understand? So creamy, and my guy, when your iron breaker touches a slippery toto, you yourself will understand that you are enjoying the woman. Because many of you don't even know that for the fact that a woman is wet, that she's not slippery. It is the slippery one that makes the knack sweet. Most of you think that the moment she starts bouncing, you bounce on her and she's now pouring out something, that means the woman is wet. No. It is that moment that a woman have reached that cloud 9. That is the moment a lot of women is releasing the slippery one. The slippery one that makes everywhere so sweet. Now you say that the toto is very sweet. The toto is sweet is because she's releasing that gummy ones. You understand? That's one that makes everywhere so tantalizing. That's the moment you say that a toto is sweet. That is because her arousal have reached cloud 9. You understand? That is when you say that a woman is sweet, and that is when you also say that a toto is sweet, because the slippery one is coming out. And again, those slippery one can always come out when a woman is ovulating. That means her libido is very high. Her body is all about knacking. So that's the moment you can say that that slippery one is also coming out. Because most of the times, most of you will be knacking a woman thinking that when you use a lubricant, that the toto will be wet. That is just ordinary wetness. That is just you pouring out your own wetness for you to penetrate inside. That is just you pouring out your wetness for you to penetrate inside. And sometimes that wetness can be as a result of you buying a lubricant. So many of you even use olive oil. So many of you even use saliva, which is not hygienically okay. It is not okay for you to pour all those things down there. It is not okay. You are looking forward for a woman to be wet. That is the reason why whenever you finish knacking a woman that you pour the lubricant or the one you use saliva on, before you say jack, that place will dry up. It's because the sleepy one is not coming out. When the sleepy one start coming out, you don't need to force it again. You don't need to pour saliva again. You don't need to pour your spit again. You don't need to pour that your last Friday olive oil again. Everything is now coming out. One funny thing about a wet toto is that it dries so quickly. But you see those slippery one, it doesn't dry so quickly at all. That's the moment you finish banging a woman, you choke your iron breaker like this, you are seeing some whitey things around that place, say slipping out. That shows that the woman that you dealt with is very sweet. Her toto is not a wet one, it is a slippery one. It shows that you did what you are supposed to do. You performed very well. It shows that the woman reached her orgasm. It shows that the penetration was not a hard one, because the truth is that when you are knacking those wet one, she will suffer you. You will have issue in penetrating inside. But when these places are very slippery, it will aid the penetration. Everywhere will be going smooth and fair. I guess so many of you are now confused. So many of you are like, which one is the best? Chichi, which one should I go for? Which one do you advise I go for? All of them are sweet. But before I advise you, before I'll tell you which one is very sweet, tell me, have you come across a sleepy toto? Have you knacked a sleepy toto? Let me have your thoughts down here. Have you knacked a sleepy toto? Because if you have knacked a wet one and you have come across a sleepy one, you don't need me to tell you the one that is very sweet and the one that is not very sweet. So guys, this is how we come to the end of the video. I guess you have been able to grab one or two things in this video, and if you learn something, quickly give it a very good like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys some other time.